What's going on, gamers? So we got some more positive news over in the Xbox brand world, and just for gamers in general, because I could see this expanding out to PC and maybe going to other platforms depending on what Microsoft wants to do with it. But right here it says, "Let's do it, Phil." Hideki Kamiya says he'd still love to make Scalebound one day, and that to me is amazing because that game had so much potential. If y'all didn't know, um, it's gonna have co-op and online massive world, and interesting gameplay. Kind of seems like you're mixing a little bit of Devil May Cry with Monster Hunter, and you'll be able to have a dragon fly around, and like I said, play with other players as well. So this game, like, is something that I know I would like because I really liked the foundation of it and the way that it looked. And they only ever had pre-alpha gameplay shown, which I'll show a little bit in this video. So yeah, this looks like it could be good, and I don't think Phil Spencer would say no. There was just some issues last time. Now it's a whole different spectrum. You know what I mean? Seeing like with this game, if y'all didn't know, this game got canceled and it was supposed to come to Xbox One. If they do it now, I think it'll be ready for the end of this generation, or actually probably as somewhere close to a next gen Xbox launch title. And it could do a lot more and take the physics, the engines, and everything to the next level. But before we get into the video, let's cover something real quick to shut down some people's nonsense. So over here, it's not just at Pure Xbox, but it's also on a lot of other articles on the web. It says that Avowed estimated to reach 6 million players in the first months on Xbox and PC. As we know, there were a lot of people saying the game was going to fail. And I tell people before, like when it comes to these type of games, it's a perfect game for Game Pass. Also, the another thing that's also important is that this game will also eventually go to PlayStation, and I'm pretty sure they'll put it on the Switch too. So if we look at it in the long term with getting support too, because they said they want to support it and they were happy with the results and the sales, yeah, it can still end up selling a few more million between, being elsewhere in the long term. Obsidian also has Outer Worlds 2 around the corner. What I find funny is that, Microsoft is releasing solid games, and even if you only have the service and you're playing stuff on the service, is a solid to good service game. I beat the game at 45, 46 hours into it. Explored all the islands and everything. Played a mage, dominated the game completely. My mage belt was broken. If you guys want to know about that, yeah, go ahead and send me a comment. Maybe I'll share some stuff. But don't go into expecting this to be Elder Scrolls because it's not. It's its own game, kind of like Obsidian said. I mean, you're in the Pillars of Eternity universe, and it kind of like an Outer Worlds fantasy setting. I think it's a step down from what I got from Outer Worlds, but in terms of content, yeah, you get a bit more. So that's definitely not a bad thing. But yeah, fun adventure, solid gameplay. I like the magic. I wasn't really a fan of the story, but the world is absolutely beautiful, of course. And it has a good balance. It's not a mindless game, so you're not gonna just go through it and beat it easy. If you're not doing magic, I don't think. I'm not sure. I didn't do melee builds, but anything I do, I make sure I become OP in a certain way. But yeah, all the people that were sitting there just advocating because they wanted the game to fail because that one guy acted up, or they thought the pronouns were there. By the way, you can turn that off. Don't agree with it obviously still, but at the end of the day, I can move that out the way and still see if the game is good because that's the way I like to handle the situation. Um, but like I said, when it comes to that type of stuff, it tries to get into any gaming department as much as it can, and there's only so much people can resist to a certain degree. Definitely Western society, and I'm really annoyed with that. But all the people that suggested that the game was going to fail, I mean, hell, looking by this, it blew past Indiana Jones's um, results. Let's go down here real quick and look. According to the first data from outlet Mind Game, Xbox Avowed is about to reach 6 million players across Game Pass and traditional sales on Xbox and PC. The source also stacks this up against recent Microsoft releases Black Ops 6 and Indiana Jones. Black Ops hits 26.2 million, which is not surprising, and 4 million for Indiana Jones for the first month on the market, respectively speaking. Mind Game says that it uses search volume, streaming hours, video game engagement, Steam concurrent players, Game Pass subscriber counts, and sales, of course, to gather its data, basically in a cumulative form. Although there are certainly estimates, as these facts and figures aren't coming directly from Microsoft. Relatively speaking, though, this game looks like a pretty good start for Avowed, especially considering we're only about 2 weeks on from the game's standard edition release. Recently, we've also heard directly from developer Obsidian that it's happy with the sales so far, which is another positive sign for the brand new Xbox RPG. Generally speaking, it's probably worth taking these mind game figures with a pinch of salt, considering a lot of this info is quite difficult to track. But what we can say is that they've had millions of player engagement between Game Pass, sales, and PC. It'll be at least somewhere close to around Indiana Jones or a little bit past that. So my thing is when it comes to this type of stuff is that Microsoft's games are making traction. It's reaching millions of people, across the world, and that they already got their paycheck from being on Game Pass. You see what I mean when it comes to that type of stuff? You don't have to worry about, oh, like a Returnal situation. I priced it at $69.99, so my game only sold like 900K. And that's it, right? You would have to put it on PC. Or if you do put it on the service, you'll be able to reach more people after that. Whereas on Game Pass, you can get paid instantly by Microsoft, branch out your game, and reach millions of people. And they'll be able to support the DLC. So it could be seen in a lot of positive ways. For all the people that were hating on it, what do you got to say now? Ponies, sit down. There's nothing to say. But getting back to Scalebound, the Bayonetta, DMC, and Okami director left Platinum a year and a half ago and is currently working on a sequel with Okami with his new studio, Clover's. However, a new tweet posted by the official Clover's account on X suggested that Kamiya still doesn't have the canceled Xbox game Scalebound out of his head yet. Hey, good. The action RPG started development in 2013 with Kamiya as director and was to be released on Xbox and PC with Microsoft Studios in 2017. Microsoft announced that the game had been canceled. Clover's latest tweet shows Kamiya and other staff crowded around a monitor as they watch YouTube videos of early Scalebound footage. Notice some excitement around Kamiya's desk, the tweet reads. He was reminiscing about the development of Scalebound while watching YouTube videos. It never made it to release, but even now he still feels proud of it. And the video, Kamiya is seen explaining to his colleagues that the protagonist has headphones and a smartphone despite being in a fantasy world with dragons. Just like a Isaki reincarnation, one developer comments, referring to a subgenre of manga and anime in which a character is transported to another world in a fish out of a water scenario. Yeah, exactly, Kamiya complies. That's the big trend right now. The tweet also quotes Kamiya as saying, I'd love to make it again someday, though the video doesn't show this. Let's do it, Phil. He put that out. I know Phil Spencer is going to see this, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be something going on here. So this could be another really good game that Microsoft has, and it's going to be an online co-op game and have single player aspects to it. So you guys should know about Kamiya. He's legendary. I mean, he goes all the way back to Devil May Cry with Capcom, Clover Studio, and Resident Evil 2. Beautiful Joe, Bayonetta. I mean, he's got a track record. Love the guy. He's also a funny dude, and he doesn't take no shit. I can tell you that much. But if we look over here, it says the Scalebound IP is still owned by Microsoft. It's up to Microsoft to continue development. Why would they deny it, right? They're not. So let's take a look at some pre-alpha gameplay here. It's not fully crystallized through IGN's gameplay, but this was about 9 years ago. This will give you guys an idea of what this game could be like in the future, but like way better, because this is just, pre-alpha Xbox One gameplay. You know what I mean? They have way better technology now. You can kind of see that DMC aspect to it. Or a bit of Monster Hunter too. That's your dragon. I tell you, this game could be really good if they do it now. It'll be huge.
Mantis! Must have heard you thrashing around. Let's stop this guy!
That'll be way more crystallized and better now. But you can kind of see kind of a Monster Hunter mechanic he was trying to do. You see your character can transform.
on, let's get out of here before any of his friends show up.
That's just a quick clip. So keep in mind, there's co-op missions online, boss fights. You can get on a dragon. You can fly around on a dragon. He has ranged combat. He has transformation combat. He has magic himself too. Um, it's supposed to be a massive world. You know what I mean? Kind of think of like Xenoblade massive like that. And yeah, it ended up getting canceled. But it's not like it's scrapped. They can continue it. And this is just pre-alpha Xbox One gameplay. So obviously IGN didn't get crystal clear capture her, but we know it will look way better now with the technology right now, going 9 years ahead right now. As you see, the world is massive. There's a lot to explore. Like I said, you can fly on the dragon as well, which is actually pretty cool. And you kind of get that feeling of like, man, he kind of gives you like that DMC vibe and a bit of Monster Hunter mixed in with an open world, faster paced game, fantasy setting. And that it's online as well. So as you see, there's lots of adventure and exploration here. Just to give you guys an idea of what Scalebound was going to be. And as a matter of fact, if we could look into some more... Let's see, Scalebound, as we see right here. Platinum Games, Unreal Engine 4. It'll probably move to 5 now. 5's going to get a release for, just to let you guys know. It's a former grand adventure from Rio and Platinum Games director Hideki Kamiya. Embark on an epic adventure and journey through a faraway land like none you've ever seen. You will encounter ground-shaking massive beasts and meet the only being that can stand against their overwhelming stampede, the last living member of a sacred race of dragon, right? He's a Draconis too, the main character, by the way. This is where they had it up. So you can get an idea that it looks more clear here. Just to show you guys. Think about what they can do with that now. And if we go and take a look at the Wikipedia, well, down here we see single player, multiplayer. This game featured right here a 4-player cooperative multiplayer mode. Kind of like Monster Hunting in a bit, you know what I mean? So, and the character has a Dragon League mode, and you'll be able to upgrade abilities and get even more powerful. That was just like early, low-level gameplay. But what they could do with that now is, man, they can take that to a whole nother level. So I can imagine if they get this going. And I don't think Phil Spencer would be the one to deny that. I think that, hey, let's fund it. Let's get it published. Because Microsoft owns it, and we'll give you guys the money that you need, because we know that Platinum was having money issues at that time. Now that won't be a problem, and this game could be taken to even newer heights, and that cancel could be a blessing in disguise, because now it could be the game that we really want. So, and I think it could do well. But that's what I wanted to cover about this video. I'm pretty sure there would be a lot of people that'd be excited for this. I, for one, is one of them. Like I said, there's even more like gameplay you can look up with Scalebound. All you guys got to do is just go to Twitter, type in Scalebound, and you'll see it right here. See, it's everywhere. There's even Scalebound co-op demo, E3 2016 gameplay. Like I said, you could play online with people and everything, and fly around and all that. So the game is very unique. It had a lot of potential, and man, I hope that they would get it going. So just more amazing games for Microsoft to add to their portfolio and team up more with more Japanese and diversify their lineup. All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Peace out, ponies. Sit down. Learn your lesson.